All right, I'm just gonna go off on a rant right now. A lot of shit has happened. I'm not sure if I'm gonna condense this into a TikTok or just let it be out there, but it's out there. Uh, I'm not sure even where to start. I have been starting to write, and I'm pen and papering it on pen and paper for it to be. Well, it would be the first draft before it gets digitalized. Before I start taking it into like Word, right? So I've got about good 10 footnotes or good pages, in which I will be selling as the originals, as the book develops, and as I digitize each chapter, each chunk, and I'll be selling them off as originals, right? Like me. um, as for that, I'm struggling hard right now because about 3 weeks ago I found out that now I might be the owner of the fucking building, not just the fucking goddamn renter, which through a power of attorney would have granted them to basically the landlord own the building, but under a power of attorney that it would be mine if I revoke it. If I revoke it at such a state, I'd probably incur debt instead of a margin because the way that the last super ran this place, it was insanely bad. It's actually turned into even the police know that it's a fucking business crack den. They know exactly what apartment is a supplier, and then the rest of them are just like where the trap houses where they go to use. That's what happened with one of the apartments, 206 over there. The shit got so bad, and I mean literally shit, that it caved in their ceiling, the vape shop, just down there, and so they literally had to plug the fucking toilet. And then since finding out that I'm basically the owner through POA, um, I'm thinking, oh shit, well, my hot water was cut. Why don't I just go and take a hot shower over there? I remember when I was cleaning it up a little bit, the fucking toilet is in the tub. Like, you can't make this shit up. And the actual flange is like screwed shut with something, like to block it, to make sure that no more addicts would fucking block it and flood the business down below. Now that's what happened in my apartment with my closet. So I don't have a roof or any of that kind of shit in my closet. I've taped it off because of all the gases. I think they're smelling salts or some bullshit that they're putting out there. So I taped it off. And now I hear rustling. And I always wondered, like, and I know that they yanked up the fucking floor so they can just drop down. So I've actually, not only does my closet not have the ceiling, but I've actually put the door up and taped it all off so I don't smell whatever the fuck rock they're cooking. And now I've actually had to just like put strips of wood across it. So the building is an absolute shit show, and I'm thinking that it's to go to power of sale for quick sale and to be probably bought by a bunch of parcels, probably the ex-super who saved up all this fucking crack money to return and own the fucking building. So that is in a nutshell. It's some fuckery. And it's not, I try to raise money for it, too. But with remote neural monitoring, which basically means you can see through my eyes and it's broadcasted. A bit of put a touch of mind control in there, thought manipulation, and just just yanking your mind in so many directions, and you just it's hard to focus and to be able to do anything. Really, really, it's like you're getting split apart atom by atom by atom. Like God, pulled apart from every single fucking atom. And when I raise that money with this tech, they can see my passwords. They can see what vulnerabilities in my thing. So I have to make it foolproof. I have to make it 100% different than crowdfunding. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to go for a 9 to 5 job and do everything extremely slow. But they're like, oh, but you got a deadline to your birthday. And I'm like, what the fuck? I just found this information out about 3 weeks ago. Like, and if I were to rent out to people, I would literally vet them. I would try to vet them, not just cash grab, cash grab, cash grab, like this fucker is. And him and I are butting heads. Like, shit, like, it wasn't over that, but him and I got into a scuffle. And I got knocked off balance. And 3 ribs. Bro, I actually heard them go crunch, crunch, crunch. And you're like, oh, fuck. So, that was not fun. There was it was a shorter time than my other time having broken ribs, but I'll talk about it another time. So basically, these are video logs for you to understand what's going on, so I can translate them to the actual book itself. I've got them all on my phone here, and so when it comes down to like him and I testing all the time, he knows I have the keys. Everybody's saying Yodona, Yodona, Yodona. Well, I need a slush fund. I raised it. They hacked me, so I have 15K raised. Right? Didn't see a single fucking penny. And I'm not going to keep asking and basically turning people into an ATM for these assholes. So I'm thinking that maybe I'll just have to get a fucking 9 to 5, and with that deadline by the time of my birthday, I'm screwed. Like, um, I just don't understand. Like, so many different aspects that you guys just take for common knowledge. But for me, I'm always left out of the loop. I'm always the odd man out, and it's terrible. It's the loneliest feeling you'll ever find. Like, it's just like it's such a fucking crap show. Like, it's such a fucking shit show here that some of the unit, like, I'm preventing him from renting out some units now, and now I got to kick out some of the fucking people that are renting here and make sure that they don't band together and harass a new renter. So that's where I'm at right now. And because they stole the 15K, I can't even afford to kick out somebody and stick a lock on it. Like, I'm not fucked. So I'm just like, like I have to wait until my ODSP check. And that sucks because I actually, it already direct deposited my rent to the POA owner, power of attorney, right? So that's the person that's holding the title right now. Is the power of attorney. My power of attorney said you hold on to this place for him. So that's how that works. And now it's such a fucking shit show. It's so unbelievable. For instance, I saw this one lady just pull up in this like ratty ass looking car, missing a tooth right here. I was with them in like missing teeth. At least mine jaw was broken. But she rolls up in this fucking ratty ass car, and I'm like, yep, okay, another sale. And next thing you know, I had some curious questions about realty and whatnot, so I go to the local realtor over here. Guess who the fuck it was? And the plumber just dropped by. Yeah, I think it was yesterday. He says, "Oh yeah, we'll be there 100% tomorrow. 100%, 100%." Didn't show up. Call him up. Um, yeah. You need a new water heater. And I'm like, no. You need a new line. They're like, we're plumbers. And I'm like, you need a new line. So, then that entails to not being able to take a fucking shower and finding and realizing there's a tub, a toilet in the tub. So I just want to catch you up on that. I've essentially gone through a lot of battles with this shit. There's one instance, and this one cut at 11:02. So there was one day that I know this one got national broadcast, and it was basically the struggle of like five people in my head that were being broadcast. I think that one, that day, was being broadcast all over fucking. And it had something to do with what are you going to do with the settlements? What are you going to do with the money? And they're like, oh, imagine what would you do, say, $10 million with all your friends and family and all the people that suffered and da-da-da-da-da. And then basically whittled it all down to, um, there was five people in there at that point. And each one of them had a characteristic, a personality characteristic of mine. I'm not going to say the names because that's what's meant for. This is a book. But you feel like a freak when you know that there's so many people in there all the time. And you're never alone, but you are physically always alone. And the majority of them want the worst for you and to take advantage of it. It's a hell of a feeling. And it feels like your mind, like, is just being fucking squished with this constant. That's all I gotta say about that one for right now. So that's 12:44. That one I can cut out. But as it stands now, I think my brother's wanting to get down. I think he's afraid after that conversation. Hopefully, he's got a charter.